It's Rock 101.9 RXP. On the phone, we've got Beady. It's Liam Gallagher, Gem Archer, Andy Bell, and Chris Sharrock. And the new album is called Different Gear, Still Speeding. It's coming out on February 28th. And guys, welcome to the show. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, man, on you.
And
hello.
We love what we've heard so far. We've gotten a preview about 4 tracks from the record, and stuff sounds fantastic. Starting off with the first song on the album, 4-Letter Word, which has it's got this great bombastic start. It had kind of like a full-on Live and Let Die, very strong orchestrated intro. Tell me about working on this track and how you came about the strings and horns on
it. Strings? Did you say strings with horns?
Yeah, no, I said strings and
with
horns.
The horn.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, that's what we were kind of going for, really. Just an explosive opener.
Yeah, it's very, very, very powerful track. So the three of you guys ended up writing together. Gem, Andy, and Liam, of course, we're talking about. And all coming from different backgrounds, obviously. Being in the band together as Oasis, but the early stuff you did with Heavy Stereo, Gem, and Andy, writing with Ride and Hurricane Number 1. How's it been to work as a trio writing all these tracks together?
Well, we all kind of start them off on our own. We sort of then bring that in, and then we all just stir it up, you know. That's why they're a joint credit at the end, because they end up being something they didn't start off being, if you know what I mean.
Well, they developed into great tracks. They sound really good.
Nah, nice one.
Let's talk about the first single, The Roller. We absolutely love that song. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's I don't know, man. It's just about a spirit, a feeling, and not buying the deal of having a rubbish life.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny. We talked to I spoke to Jack Douglas, who produced Double Fantasy, and I said to him, God, the new BDI single's great. It has a feel, very much a feel like some of the stuff on Double Fantasy, stripped back. And I wanted to know what you guys felt about that.
Did you play him it?
He's heard it, yeah. I told him where to go to hear it, and he told me he liked the way it sounded. He thought it was great.
Great, man. Well, it's I think I'd be safe to say that John Lennon's in all of us, really. He's been around my
neck of the woods.
Neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Since I've been about 8 years old, and there's no way I want to or ever could shake it off.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool knowing that it makes its way back. To somebody like Jack Douglas, who worked on that record with him, that final album that they did together.
No, that's great. Yeah, nice one.
Well, one song we have not heard, guys, but we're very curious about, and that would be Beatles and Stones.
Sure.
Because you remember the House of Love had that one song called The Beatles and the Stones, right?
Yeah, no, it's better than their tune.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ours sounds like The Who.
I knew you guys were going to say that. I love it. It's Beatles and Stones, but it sounds like The Who. It's got the bombast. It's powerful, right?
It's got a bit of Bo Diddley in it and all, man. It's just a top little rock and roll number, you know what I mean? Gets a sweat on, you know what I mean?
And there's nothing wrong with a Bo Diddley beat. It's been one of the...
No, it's a good tune, man. But, it's like listening to the Stones and the Beatles, every day and that, and then the music still sounds, relevant, you know what I mean? So that's hopefully what we're trying to do, you know what I mean? I want our kids to, play that music in 20 years' time, play it to their kids, and it still blows you away, so...
Speaking of words, there's great lyrics in Kill for a Dream. Tell me about the lyrics behind this song.
Well, that's an Andy tune, but, you'd have to ask Andy, man.
Andy, what do you say?
You can answer for me.
I'll answer for Andy.
He don't got the phones or the mic on.
No. He's on the lie down over here.
I see.
He's writing some more words. He's not happy with Kill for a Dream.
He's not a fan of those lyrics that he wrote.
No, they're blinding words, man. We're all caught up in it. So it's nice every now and again for somebody to pinpoint stuff. Because, you've been thinking about the bass drum or something, and, you can't argue with them words.
And how about...
Life's too short not to forgive. You can carry regrets, but they won't let you live, you know.
Tell me about working with Steve Lillywhite on this record, guys, and what that experience was like.
It was good, man. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you guys...
So do we, you know what I mean? So it was, I wouldn't say it was all Steve Lillywhite. It was both of us, really, man. He was experienced, so we could go in the studio and do what we do, you know what I mean, without having to look over our shoulder.
We love Steve. You know, we've had him as a guest on our show. He's a real character. He's done like radio takeovers and stuff like that.
Oh, we've heard him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What did you guys think when he was really trying to be out there and be a judge on American Idol? Did you talk to him about that?
No, we haven't seen him since then, since he wandered off. But you know, he's a good producer, man. He's wrote some, he produced some great records. But yeah, I mean, he rang us actually. You know what I mean? Wanted to work with us. It was,
So it worked out well anyway.
Worked out well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Now, everybody wants to know when you guys are going to come over and play the States. A lot of fans of yours are very excited about it, and we've been wondering when you think you'll get over here.
I think that people are trying to get it on now, but pretty soon, man.
Yeah, we've heard June, but, don't hold us to that.
Are you going to play small places to begin with and then bigger places and do some intimate stuff first?
No, we're doing 10 nights at Madison Square Garden.
Let's do it.
And then going down to small places.
Well, the weather's sucked so bad here, guys, by the way. It's been the worst winter in years. You're doing good to stay away for the winter and come when it gets warmer in New York.
Nah, but we're going to be, we're going to be doing small gigs all over the world because I think it's a lot to take in. So playing big gigs, we need to be intimate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what about the title of the album, which is very cool, Different Gear, Still Speeding?
Yeah, man. We like that.
Yeah, we love it, too. Tell us about it.
I mean, it's just a different gear, you know what I mean? It could mean anything, clothes. Anything, different gear, we could be going at a different pace. It's up to other people to make their minds up. Still speeding means that, we're still into it, you know what I mean? We've still got a lot to give.
Yeah, which you absolutely do by the sound of this record. Speaking of, it could be the gear you're wearing, how's everything going with Pretty Green, the clothing line these days, Liam?
Yeah, it's all right. It's going well, man.
Because we had Paul Weller up here who was visiting us. We were talking about it, and we talked about what a great name it was from a great song.
Oh, I bet he agreed totally, didn't he?
He surely did, man.
Yeah, well,
no, he's doing all right.
what about, the look of Beady? Will you guys be sort of wearing stuff that, really harkens back to like a Paul Weller?
No, before Paul Weller, man. Paul Weller didn't invent the wheel, you know what I mean? But we'll just be wearing what we haven't got a new look or anything. We'll just be wearing what we wear, you know what I mean? But
we're excited to see you guys play live.
yeah, no, we can't wait, man. We've been rehearsing for the last month, and it's sounding big, man.
I've got to ask you guys, because you've all been in separate bands, have known each other from the past. Obviously, Chris playing with the Laws, as I mentioned, Andy with Ride and Hurricane #1, Heavy Stereo. Were you guys kind of all fans of each other's bands back in that early period?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the Lars has always been a massive touch point for all of us. But, for me, Chris was in a band called World Party.
Who were great, of course, on what you
amazing,
played on. Did you play on Private Revolution and Goodbye Jumbo and that stuff?
Not as good as the Lars says, Andy. Chris, did you play what you?
Played on Goodbye Jumbo.
Great album.
Live, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Way down now and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the Lightning Seeds too for a while, right?
Yeah. Don't talk about them.
Don't bring that one up.
But he's another Liverpool guy, isn't he, Ian Brody?
He's great, Ian Brody. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Another Scouser.
Well, you've been rehearsing so much. Have you guys had a chance to go out and check out any new bands over the last year?
I haven't, no.
No, I mean, it has been all this, and it's kind of the last thing you want to do anyway. There's a few, but nobody springs right to my mind right now,
If they're any good, they'll come and check you out, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think having to go and look for music.
Do you think you guys will do any of the big summer festivals?
We're doing Isle of Wight, which is going to be great. We're on before Kasabian, and yeah, we're doing a few, man, around the world and that, which is great because we're going on before a lot of well-established acts, and I think they're going to get found out.
Speaking of being,
which is is perfect because people are going to that's it. They're going to get found out.
How did you feel about being voted the greatest frontman of all time in Q Magazine early last year, there, Liam?
It's all right, you know what I mean. He's, I'm not, but I'm not going to argue with him, you know what I mean. But I'm one of them. I'd like to think I'm in the, in the top two. And
they also recently they did the top albums, 50 albums of their lifetime in Q, and right in the top 3 were definitely maybe in What's the Story, Morning Glory. Did you see that as well, and what did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, they change every year. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it, man. Oasis was a great band, and made a lot of people happy. So yeah, man, great. That's great, but can't live off the past. You know what I mean? You got to move on, aren't you?
You absolutely do. And this is a very vibrant record, guys, to be dead honest with you. The tracks we've heard, I mean, it sounds great. We can't wait to hear the rest of the stuff.
There's a lot of energy in this record, you know what I mean? And we've kind of recorded it fast. you know, we wanted to get in and get out. You know what I mean? But yeah, we were definitely up.
Now, you know, everybody asks us about the name of the band, Beady. We get phone calls and emails. Where did they get the name? Can you tell everybody?
Well, it's like an English, is it saying or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like an English turn of phrase, and I don't know whether that translates right around the world, but you know, it's like keeping your beady eye on something.
Yeah,
I suppose it's being alert, paying attention,
Yeah, being aware, you know.
You know, not that that's why we called the band that.
It just looks good on paper. Wrote it down and it looks good, you know what I mean? And BEA, you know what I mean, puts us next to the Beatles instead of the Osmonds.
That's one of the greatest quotes of the decade that I do love.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. Hey, I wanted to say that you've done a lot of great covers over the years, too, back in Oasis. There's a cover on this iTunes bonus track that I saw, Sons of the Stage. Tell me about the song where you guys got it.
Well, it's from a band called The World of Twist that were from Manchester.
Oh, I knew the World of Twist, absolutely.
And obviously, you know, the singer's not with us anymore and that he passed away. So, yeah, man, I mean, the DJ that we had, Phil Smith, used to play it before we come on at Oasis gigs. So, yeah, man, we've done a cover of it. And that sounds like The Who, too.
Well, I can't wait to hear these tracks.
Yeah,
and there's a song called Wigwam, and I was thinking of Wigwam Band by Sweet, speaking of the early glam era.
Yeah, the tune's all right, man. It's pretty good, man. It's just because I bought a Wigwam, you know, proper teepee. It's in our garden, so I thought, well, might as well call it that.
Yeah, as a kid, I always wondered, a Wigwam Band, we knew it was about, you know, Wigwam thing as a kid, but, you know, I always wondered. I know you guys had to listen to that kind of stuff, too, back growing up, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you head over here for a tour, how long do you think you'll spend in the U.S., guys?
I think we're not going to be doing like massive tours anyway, you know what I mean? I think them days are gone, you know what I mean? So we'll be in and out, you know what I mean?
Well, we
don't want to like be on tap, you know what I mean? Where people, you know, you're dragging people to come and see us. We want people to get excited and run to see us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to keep it special, and you know, if that means sometimes people have got to travel and all that, but we got to travel too, and it's just not like we want to go anywhere for like 6-8 weeks at a time, you know.
So you'll hit maybe the big cities.
The big cities, yeah, without a doubt.
You know who did that years ago because he got tired of dealing with a lot of touring around was, speaking of Weller and the Jam, around the time of Sound Effects. He was only doing, like, you know, New York, L.A., Chicago, Boston.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not because we're not into it, you know what I mean? It's because we're into it that we want to do it like that, you know what I mean? We don't want to get bored of it.
Yeah, and we want to get around, you know, and there's nowhere off the list, but it's not like we're going to go, you know, I don't know, you wouldn't go to Japan and spend, like, say, 4 weeks there or something.
No, you get pretty bored pretty quickly.
Guys, we'll definitely make a lot of noise for your first New York appearance. You know we will.
Well, you'll have to come and see us, man, when we get there.
Oh, you know, we wouldn't miss it for the world, man. I mean, we love you guys. And
great, man.
we just started playing the roller and very excited to play it on the air. It sounded incredible on the radio.
Nice one, man. Great.
Always good talking to you, guys, and looking forward to seeing you when you get back over.
Nice one, mate.
You take good care, right?
Take care, man.
You got it. Matt Pinfield and Leslie Fram. That's Liam Gallagher, Gem Archer, Andy Bell, and Chris Sharrock of Beady and Rock 101.9 RXP. Guys, take care. Have a great day.
Cheers, man.